Hello everybody, this is Mr. Effect Films here yet again, and this is an Expeculations episode that I've been planning on doing for the last couple of days, ever since I first heard about this. So, you may or may not by now have heard that Star Wars Rogue One, which is set to release this December, has been ordered to go through some reshoots. From what we understand, from what I understand, the reason this is all going down is because some execs over at Disney or Lucasfilm or whatever, some of the higher ups over there, they got a look at what I assume is like a rough cut of the movie as is, and they weren't too happy with it. And the idea is that they want more levity to be added to the movie, and they want more lightness, I suppose. One of the quotes, I forget exactly where this came from. I looked it up earlier, but a quote from one of these execs said that, Rogue One is going to end about 10 to 15 minutes before Episode 4 starts, and he said that in his opinion, it's important that you reflect that tone. And here's the thing, I understand where that guy's coming from, and I can even respect his opinion, at least to a degree, but here's my problem. This movie was being marketed and sold as a grittier, more down-to-earth, war-infused Star Wars movie, okay? This was supposed to be us getting to see the war from the eyes of the on-the-ground foot soldiers, okay? We were supposed to get to see the harder, the bleaker, the grittier aspect of Star Wars from the side of the people who don't have the Force on their side, at least not initially, and who can't use the power of the Force like a Jedi or a Sith can. That was the whole selling and marketing ploy for this movie. At least that's how it's been up to now. And now it seems like it almost sounds like they're chickening out a little bit. Like they see the results of all of this, of the labor. They see the fruits of their labor. And it's like now it's almost like they're afraid to do something different from what episodes, 4, 5, and 6 did. And, to be fair, given how poorly received the prequels were, and, I loved Force Awakens, but I know some people were kind of turned off by that too for one reason or another. And I suppose they might just not be all that confident in doing something truly different in movie form. Obviously, in comics and novels and games and stuff, that has proven to be very, very successful when done right. But I think the execs over at Disney might just be a little too afraid right now to try something like that in movie form, because so far they haven't struck that point of they do something truly different in every way, shape, and form. It is absolutely different. And for the most part, it is totally well received. They haven't quite hit that point yet, and I was really hoping that Rogue One would be that, but now it looks like it might steer too close to Episode 4 territory. Although, to be fair, I've also been hearing that part of the reason for these reshoots is so that Darth Vader, who at this point is pretty much confirmed to be in the movie, it's also been highly suggested and speculated by some other people that part of the reason these reshoots are happening is that they want to give Darth Vader more screen time and more of a presence and more to do in the movie. Now, if that's the case, not only am I a little relieved, but I'm also more excited because, first of all, because I love Darth Vader. Anyone who knows me would know that. But also because you don't put Darth Vader in a movie like this, or you don't put Darth Vader in a movie, period, to be cracking jokes and add levity. Vader at this point in time is, at the end of Episode 5 and all throughout Episode 6, Vader is obviously very conflicted. He's feeling that light side tug, but he kind of wants to stay on the dark side. It's a very familiar struggle that anyone who's a Star Wars fan would know. Vader's not dealing with that at this point in time. At this point in time, he is straight up, hardcore, dark side Darth Vader. Vader at this point in time is very ruthless, merciless, and like I said, just full-on, hardcore, balls-to-the-wall Darth Vader. So if they're going to add more scenes with him and give him more of a presence and give him more to do, that's going to be filled with a lot of crazy well, first of all, action, but more than that, some really, what I would expect to be really awesome and really well done imagery as well, because that was something that they milked the crap out of up in episodes 4, 5, and 6. And for good reason. Darth Vader has really good character design, so that's all well and good. So if that's part of the reason for this, then I'm slightly relieved, because you're adding more Vader in, and you're also kind of sort of fixing what I was afraid would be one of the problems with this in the first place. So if that's the case, like I said, I'm a little more relieved, and I can, I'll, rest a little easier about that, I suppose. But I guess my main concern is I don't want this to just turn into episode 4 with a little more action. I really don't want that to be what this is. This was being marketed and sold to us as a very different and a much more gritty, war-esque Star Wars film. And, regardless of how these reshoots turn out, I'm really hoping that at the end of the day, that's what this stays as. Because that's kind of what I was looking forward to with this. It's what I was really hoping to see, and I hope it's what we get to see. And I really hope the guys at Disney don't chicken out and just take the safe route, because we weren't being promised a safe movie. We were being promised a very different sort of thing. So yeah, I guess that's all I got to say with this. I'll be doing another Expeculations here in a little bit, but I just wanted to get this out there before I forgot and before all of this slipped my mind and whatnot. So like I said, I think that's about all I got to say here. This is Mr. Effect Film signing off, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.